Hello and welcome to Ginger Welsh Allotments. I am Bethan and I have to apologise first off for not being around very much at the moment. I've not been able to watch any vlogs or film any myself just because it's been so busy with all the planting and sowing on and potting on and sewing up, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's I'm sure everyone is feeling the same. But I'm hoping to get round to watching a lot of your vlogs as soon as I can. So bear with me while I do that. But I wanted to do this vlog today because I've got a new greenhouse. I've got a 8 by 6 foot greenhouse, which my husband bought me back in March as a surprise. So thank you, Mike. That was really lovely. I love it to pieces. And it's been sitting on the floor out the front garden for the last 2 months, and I wasn't really sure if we were going to get around to putting it up in time to use this summer, but he's put the last pane of glass in this morning, so it's all assembled and I want to share it with you and talk you through what I'm going to do with it, and also show you what I've got going on in the cold frame and the smaller greenhouses too. So here's the new greenhouse. It's in the back garden and I put it against this wall because at some point during the day it actually has a bit of shade in it, and I think that will be good for the tomatoes and cucumbers not to get scorched by the sun. So that was my thinking in putting it there. But this side of the greenhouse will always have the sun on it, as far as I'm aware. So we'll just go in a bit closer. I won't bore you too much with the greenhouse because well, it's just a greenhouse, isn't it? But I went for a patio base because I kind of figured that I could build some beds or grow in tubs if I wanted to. And if the soil in the tubs gets infected by anything, it's easier to get rid of that soil than to dig it all out from underneath. That was my thinking anyway. And I had these set of shelves with the greenhouse as well. So they got some trays in there, which I can put some pots in and then soak. So I'm really pleased with my new greenhouse because although I can grow things in it this year, it means that next year, hopefully, I'll be able to pot plants on more because I've had to sort of stifle some of the plants because I had no room to pot them on and keep them going. So they've just sort of been in their pots for a long time, and hopefully next year I'll be able to use bigger pots and pot them on as and when they need. And I can show you some of the results from them being stuck in the same pot now while I take you on the tour of what's going on in the cold frame. So here is the cold frame, which at the moment has my peppers in, both my indoor and outdoor peppers. These are beginning to get some flowers, and I will plant these out fairly soon, but I'm going away on Tuesday. It's Saturday now, so I'm not sure if I'll get that done before I go. And my indoor peppers are these ones, and their colour is a little bit paler than the outdoor peppers, and I think they need to go into their final positions as soon as possible, which will be in the mini greenhouse at the front. I've also got some sweet corn there. This variety is incredible, but not many of it has come up. I got some rhubarb seedlings there, and another box of sweet corn, incredible. But I think it's only that one that's going to come up, which is odd because I chitted the sweet corn and I used the sweet corn that had green shoots on it, but for some reason once I put them in the soil, they seem to disappear. These are my 12 sunflowers. They are, there you can see yellow in leaves, which I think means they need a feed and they need to go into their final positions soon. Ideally I should have potted them on, but I didn't have any bigger pots really for them to go in, but I have now acquired bigger pots, so we should be all good for next year. And again down here I've got some marigolds and calendula. You can see the calendula is really in need of some feeding, and if I get the chance I will pot them on before I go to visit my parents this week. And I've got some more calendula and marigolds there. The calendula and marigolds were grown to go in amongst the tomato plants as a companion plant, so I think they definitely need to be potted on, because I won't be putting the tomatoes out until I come back from Wales. So I'm now standing outside my mini greenhouse and my mini greenhouse, and we'll go in for a closer look. So again here I've got some sweet corn growing, which yet again there's some misses. There's some dwarf French beans in the front, and at the back I've got borlotti beans and runner beans. Then here are all my tomatoes, which again should have been potted on quite some time ago, but I think these will have to live like this until I get back from Wales. On the next shelf down I've got some purple sprouting broccoli, and at the back I've got some swede. I planted the swedes with about 3 seeds per module, and I'll cut away the weakest ones and just leave 1 seed per module. And I did the same with the purple sprouting broccoli. I planted 3 per module, just to make sure at least 1 came up, and the germination has been good with them. I got some geraniums, or pelargoniums I think they are, that I took cuttings from, which seem to have taken. And around here I've got some petunias, which are just about to put on some flowers. And down here I've got more dwarf French beans. And then as we come around here, I've got a dinosaur guarding the aubergine from any pests. I've got a melon there, another aubergine there, and then over here are all my cucurbits. So I've got racer pumpkin, butternut squash, cucumber, gherkins, and Turk's turban squash. I think that's about it for the varieties there. I didn't have great success, although they are growing now. I had to replant quite a couple, and I've only got 1 outdoor cucumber. I've got 3 gherkins and 1 outdoor cucumber plant, which I'd rather it have been the other way round, but never mind, that's how it is. Over here are some sprouts and kale, 2 different kinds of kale. I've got the curly kale in the front and the Nero de Toscano, something like that, there. And just around here are some antirrhinum. I've got some more antirrhinum. They're also known as snapdragons. Oh, and I think that's a courgette plant there. Then at the bottom, some cosmos dahlias, pak choi, which I actually forgot to plant over the allotment, so I do need to get that, but I don't know where that's going to go at the moment. And some zinnias and more dahlias. And now we move on to the mini greenhouse. And back here I've just got some spare Swiss chard plants. I've got a hellebore there that my friend Carol gave me. I've got some sweet peas which are desperate to go over the allotment, and I've just about sorted the bed out where they will be going. I've got some dahlias and some leeks here. These are rudbeckia. I've got more leeks, more dahlias, and then those are the sweet peas that I planted. And back here I've got a different variety of sweet corn. This is called Swift, and I forgot that when you have sweet corn you should really only grow one variety, because if they cross-pollinate they don't come true. That's what I heard anyway. So I'll see how many of these grow, and I might end up planting them here and not over the allotment so I don't get any cross-pollination. And on the next level down I've got more antirrhinum. Right at the back is some rocket, and then I got some more pak choi and a dahlia in the front, and then one Turk's turban left from last year. I'm sorry if I've waffled on quite a lot with this vlog. I'm not quite sure what's going on anymore. It's all so busy at the moment, trying to fit everything in, and just trying to get as much done as possible. Kind of take your eye off the ball in certain things, but hopefully it'll all come right in the end. I'll show you how my greenhouse is doing next month in June. So stay tuned for that, and thank you all for watching and subscribing and commenting. All I can say about that is lovely job. Oh, and good luck with your gardening.